can it be? Showing up with Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, befuddling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing now. It's plain to see. The morning steam is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
Final.
Hey, and a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Wednesday, June 26th. Got a great day of baseball ready for you. That's what we got today, right? Major League Baseball. Preview all the games. Got a doubleheader. Got early starts. It is Wednesday, and hey, don't mean to make you guys wait for little old me, but I think if any day today, I'm still trying to just piece together who's pitching. So we'll try to square it all away here over the next hour or so, hour plus. And hey, just before I get started, I wanted to take this opportunity to maybe dedicate this show to a great baseball handicapper, Mr. Dave Cokin. Just want to tell everybody a little bit about Mr. Cokin. He announced yesterday on Twitter that he was going to retire from being kind of a public handicapper. We saw recently Dave say he wasn't going to go on camera anymore. I mean, if you don't know who Dave Cokin is, he really is one of the godfathers, grandfathers of this type of work and industry. And one of the reasons why I love doing this, I got to relate my own personal story about Mr. Cokin, if I can spare a few moments on a slow day for my monologue today, from a young man that would sit in his bedroom sharing with roommates, in a house, in my late teens, early 20s, a little bit, where, listening to K-Don out of Las Vegas was one of the glory things you could do as a handicapper, 35 plus years ago, when internet was just kind of getting started a little bit, and you relied on newspapers and stuff for information, to listen to 3 hours on Fridays or Saturday nights, and legendary handicappers like Dave Cokin, like Dave Malinsky, and the great hosts that they had, from Donnie Bader and Arnie Lang, all those guys, man, they're just listening to those shows. And I remember even Dave Cokin saying, because it was hard, even with in San Diego where I was, listening to the Stardust Line show. I mean, it's still in Las Vegas. I mean, it was a huge signal. Huge signal that you could get, but even Mr. Cokin would say you could get a special antenna, a better antenna, and he told you where to get the antenna, and I got that antenna, and you know what? Dave was right. That antenna was good, and it was great to get those shows. Really, the way you hear handicappers now it's all about the style that they had. Back in those days, if you will, it was almost tough to differentiate between handicappers and scamdicappers a little bit, or kind of the outrageous guys on television, that scream their head off. But there was a fine line between marketing and good information. And Dave was kind of came from the school of handicapper who had to market. And we all, if Dave and his slogan from the Cat in the Hat, the Smoking Dave Cokin, on with Jim Feist on Saturday or Sunday mornings early on like USA Network. You'd see them on there, and yet there were outrageous ones too. But Dave always came with the real information and has been doing it as long as I can remember. So I don't think you'll see this, but I just want to tell you guys about what Dave Cokin is all about. He'll be handicapping a little bit. He's just going to hang it up, though. He got some bummer news, and we knew that Dave wasn't doing as great here, but 71 years old. Just want to thank him for his impact on me. He got, because of that show, the Stardust Line, I remember before I was even 21 years old, writing a letter to Arnie Lang and saying, hey, I'm a young handicapper and I want to come on. And I got to be on the Stardust Line as a 20-year-old. I think Mr. Lang knew that at the time as I went into that casino and appeared on that show, but I had already been going on those junkets to Vegas every weekend before I was 21. They used to have, I don't know if this is outrageous or not, but you could fly round trip on Southwest Airlines from San Diego to Las Vegas for like $19. So, but that was a long time ago. And so was listening to Dave. And I used to record those Stardust Line shows with a tape recorder so that I could listen back on my like lunch breaks at whatever mundane job I was holding as a guy in my early 20s, and listen to that story, listen to every word that those handicappers would say on Friday and Saturday night, because they would break down every single college football game. It was just I don't know what, you guys kind of like this type of show, right? And just imagine a young man like me who really craving for information, and to listen to those 3 hours Fridays and Saturday nights from Las Vegas in my little room, taking all those notes. Before, almost right, the internet was kind of just getting going a little bit, but you still used a lot of Excel spreadsheets. I don't know, some of the stuff I'm still using today, it feels like. But just thank you to Dave Cokin. He's so be with us for a while. Hopefully, still we'll hear from Dave. But thank you. And hopefully you guys been able to know who Dave is, or he's an OG, that's for sure. Hey, we're going to get started with a little bit of steam action here. I think Dave knows about steam. He's not going to deny the importance of that or the significance of that. One game just coming through right now to get us started on the show. And it's between the Mets and the Yankees today. We got some steam coming in on the under here in this one. It's a night game tonight with Luis Gil and Sean Manaea in this one, and see this total moving under here right now. The 8.5s are going to be turning into 8s here tonight between the Yankees and the Mets here to get us started. A few more games. Maybe we could just go over them real quick and talk about what's going on tonight. Get your comments started, and I think we can get through this show relatively simple with the baseball and a little bit of international soccer with the games today. That's what we have, and a few other things we'll talk about as well, including the NBA draft. So a couple other games that did come in overnight. Let me just read these off, and then you can go from there. Steam that came in overnight, all on totals here. How about Cleveland and Baltimore game over? Got steamed already. That was a premium winner yesterday for us, so the Sharps are expecting more runs today in that one. We'll talk about it. Rockies Astros under 8.5 was a move that came in overnight, and the Braves and the Cardinals under 8 in the first game of that doubleheader. Of course, we had the rain out yesterday, and they're going to run the two games today in a doubleheader. So let's just go over a few things and talk about. I'll get to your comments here and say hello to everyone, and thank you for coming in today, because I need you guys here a little bit today after the crazy pitching. I mean, I've never had so many scratch offs on my sheet before the day started here. And that crazy thing about all this pitching mishmash, if I can call it that, pardon my expression, is that we have all these day games, so they're really sketchy. I mean, we talked about some of these teams like the Giants. Well, they were able to piece together a 2-1 win. So what do I know? I bet over, but Let me look at some of your comments here today. Thanks, everybody, with Dave leading us off. Thank you, Dave, for being here first. He liked the Commissioner's Cup game. A great game yesterday for that. Yeah, I think we hit it right on the head. I mean, I had a premium pick winner in the Commissioner's Cup game here on the over in that game. I know what everyone was thinking because of the money, the defense, but you're looking at a Liberty team that they do hang their hat, it feels like, on offense for the most part. And the Lynx, there's no doubt, as I tried to explain, feel like this team is the overlooked team at this point. There's no doubt that even though the Aces are back in championship form, that the Lynx are a formidable contender right now. I guess you'd have to say, I'd probably just say Minnesota, Las Vegas, Seattle at this point. I know I keep saying East and West, but in the WNBA, it is a little bit different with their 12-team format. Hello to Blake here today. All right. And Dre, rough day for Team Steam, man. I'm not, going to belittle it. We did have a rough day with Team Steam picks. I think we went 1-5, gang. So please, let's be better today. My fault. I mean, I'm the leader here, but I can't talk you guys off some good consensus. I mean, I rolled with you in a couple of them. I rolled with you with the Rays, that's for sure, with that winner. But I also rolled with you guys on the Reds yesterday here on the show. I thought you guys probably had it right there, and who couldn't deny that Kansas City, like we said, I think the one thing in the game with Kansas City, I give you guys, I want to say, like, not, scolding anybody at this point, but man, some of these prices just get very, very high here. And let's see what else. Ken Wood, hello. Oh, wow, hello. First time for Ken. That's great. Yeah, that's all we do. I mean, I take it pretty easy here, Ken. First time in the chat or first time in the show? Let me know, because I'm pretty conservative, I think, but Thomas is here. He's our right-hand man. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, the 40,000 subscriber juggernaut. Great sports picks today, including from Bo Dunn and Ron Crawford, and no WNBA tonight, so I gave Tony the night off. Didn't do any videos with him, but we're back on tomorrow for that 4-game card. Hey, Blake, thank you for shouting out Kenny there. And so in that WNBA, we had the premium pick winner with the total over. We also gave out Minnesota here on the show. And great game, no doubt. And I don't know. I thought it unfolded the way I was thinking it might here with Gerardo stopping in and Ziggy. Oh, Ziggy's here, everybody. Make sure you see Ziggy's plays. Follow him on Twitter and get his updates every day. Great to have Ziggy in here. Justin, saw him yesterday. Justin and hanging out in chat rooms, giving out great information. And Ziggy, yeah, we can say that a little bit. Yeah, he's the one that wears the sunglasses. He's had a part of his health issues, had an eye, his eyes deteriorate like mine here a little bit. And as I get older, and see these cappers a little bit, but really appreciate Joseph here today as well. Oh yeah, Joe, this guy's a real legend. They're just not many because of the capping game. I mean, we know now they're a dime a dozen. I mean, you could get them on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. And Elliot ready to go here on some golf. Elliot, I don't know if I'm ready to go on golf, and I might just have to roll with as the round starts. I guess I've been late every week to a certain extent. We just don't sell the product, so I don't really put it as part of the show too much. So I just go with my plays right when they're teeing off. So maybe I can do something for you here. But we're in Detroit this week for the golf, and the I guess the fun of it is going to be no Scotty. That's not fun because no Scotty, but it's going to be fun maybe for the betting. We can figure out a different winner this week in Detroit. A great story this week out of the got a golf golf industry employee making the tournament. What happened was he was in qualifying, finished what he thought would be in comfortable position, and did go have a beer after. And as he was paying attention to the scores, he felt like he was going to make it. And even though he had a beer, he felt like he could go out and play one hole. So he decided to have a second beer. And then all of a sudden, some other players were shooting low scores coming in, and he had to go out and eventually unfortunately, he started drinking a few more beers. So this is the story out of Detroit this week, and he's trying to qualify for a PGA tournament. He's not a PGA professional. He's a local guy working in a golf store. You know, you can go to qualify for a PGA tournament. They have open qualifying usually. You got to beat a whole field of people, and one or two guys get in, whatever the rules are. He goes out there and said he had more than 3 beers, more than maybe even as many holes as they played, but he had to go play 8 playoff holes with a little bit of a buzz, and maybe it helped him as he got into the field this week at the PGA. He's probably rated last with or without, but I guess we I don't know about you. I think we can all identify with having a few cold ones out on the course. Nana Mussel's ready to roll with some plays already. And Ray Otachi here stopping by. Oh, thanks, Ken. Yeah, I've seen your name, Ken, so thank you. And we come here every day and basically just me rambling, but we do make some picks here eventually. I do use the time a little bit to talk about sports and my opinions on it a little bit here. That's the trade-off maybe because you know what? I really value everybody here and their opinions and everything. Really is a great format to talk about sports and sports betting with you guys. I'm all caught up, so I'm going to go over to Tony'sPicks.com. You're free to make some other comments here today, but I'm going to check out Tony'sPicks.com and see who did well here on the site. Maybe talk about a few more things here. One more thing real quick. Yeah, this is important here before I go over to the site. Shame on me. So we don't sell any products here at Tony'sPicks.com on the NBA draft, obviously, and some people can't even access wagering on the draft, but it is obviously something that's very, very important to all of us. And like I said, shame on me, right? Because I talked yesterday talking about the WNBA Commissioner's Cup championship game, saying, hey, you know what? The Liberty are not going to be in their home gym. They're not going to be in the Barclays Center arena. They're not going to be in the Barclays Center. They're going to be at the RBS Arena because of the NBA draft this week. They got to, prepare the stage and everything for the NBA draft on Thursday, and it's on Wednesday. And I didn't really even know it was on Wednesday. It's always been on Thursday, so I was just going off. So hopefully nobody got screwed up with that. I'm sure they didn't, but NBA draft tonight. We'll find out who. There's been a change again to the format again. You don't need 7 rounds of the NBA draft. There's only been a couple of rounds actually for the last several years, but they're actually going to split it up. You'll have 1 round tonight and 1 round tomorrow. There's no doubt you got, an NBA roster. The rest are free agents. 2 players, all you need are 2 go rounds, and they just need a little bit more time for the second round. The one thing about the NBA draft that definitely has over the other is the chips are flying. So it's almost the NBA draft isn't always about the players that get drafted. Sure, they're going to see some interesting players. We're going to learn about some new players tonight. Foreign players are definitely where is if it ain't foreign, it's boring. The foreign players here. Remember, sometimes those elite foreign players, they get pro experience early, and I think that's why those younger players are developing now. It could be a little bit of the French influence here. Everybody wants the next Wembanyama, but you'll see some other players too that already have pro experience drafted tonight. Players that played in the G League, for example, may get the call to a bigger club. They dissolved the G League team here in Las Vegas. It was supposed to be like the feeder team. Interesting that they're terrible, yet they produce the most qualified draft choices, I think it was, but I don't think that other than one or two might get the call. Nonetheless, the draft tonight is probably that is a featured U.S. story, I would say. Yeah, we got Yankees and Mets tonight, and we also have those games being played in the Copa America here in the United States. So those are big events too. But I think NBA draft will be the feature today, and those soccer matches, two coming up at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, and 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, and then, of course, roll into the Copa America. So it's nice to have those international matches. Okay, NBA draft tonight, so we'll see those players. You can bet on a lot of these. A lot of it is tipped in a way, and the odds will reflect. I mean, they're taking something that looks like value in the NBA draft. I mean, it is no bargain. You are really just gambling unless you think you beat the market or beat the market. Watching Twitter, you can watch a few accounts and get the picks a little bit early, but it's really just kind of a not a great thing to bet on. Most of the sharpest books actually limit the action quite heavily in this. You can't get off a lot of money. That's not what it's all about. So it's more of a novelty betting when it comes to the NBA draft. Most books aren't going to be turning themselves open to information-based results where it's not determined on the field. So top picks include Ricochet of France. He's passed up Sarr, Atlanta #1. Ricochet supposed to go to him. Sarr to Washington. Reed Shepard of Kentucky. Stephon Castle of Connecticut. Donovan Clingan of Connecticut. And Buzelis of the G League Unite here in Las Vegas, but could be another French player in the top 10 as well. And what will happen to Bronny James? It's a good story. I mean, it may be a little bit too much for some people, but I just would think that the Lakers would do a novelty a little bit and maybe take him in the second round. I think all teams will go hands off on this one. It's just too much anyways to deal with to take a project player. Like I said, you could do worse than taking the son of one of the greatest players of all time. I mean, you could call it a reach and not be wrong. I mean, you'd probably be a flop, but it doesn't matter. You'd probably take your chances on it if you give them the opportunity. But I think everyone just hands off here and let the Lakers get their man and put him up together with that new coach. If you draft him and try to upset the apple cart, you're just going to end up with a big headache and maybe wasting a draft pick as well, overshooting your bounds a little bit with a player who maybe isn't really draft ready. So I would expect the Lakers to take him, or maybe just he'll make it all the way through and just end up being a free agent signing here, especially talk about 55. Once you get past them, I mean, who's really going to take it? All right. So that is the other big thing tonight, certainly. But again, I think the fun thing is about the NBA draft is the trades, and they're going to be coming. You might as well tune in early. You go to the NBA channel, NBA TV. Make sure you get there by, I would imagine, 3 p.m. Eastern, and watch all those trades come down. One other note, just a really bizarre story, right? I feel almost embarrassed for myself talking up Jim Schlossengale of Texas A&M, talking about how he turned that program into the power. If I would have known he was going to leave for Texas just 24 hours after finishing second in the national championship World Series, probably wouldn't have bet on him, but really, really trashy guy. I mean, he told the reporter at a press conference that his whole intent was he put his family life on hold to coach Texas A&M, and 24 hours later, 30 hours later, he's left them for the University of Texas. Now, I can't hate on anybody getting a better thing. He did a lot. I think maybe a little bit Texas A&M, hey, don't let the door hit you on the way out. But he tried his best to do as much as he could for Texas A&M. I think they should realize that in the end. Yeah, did they leave him hanging? Did they really took a turd on him? Yeah, pretty much. But going to Arlington, you're going to Austin. So, but just a really bizarre story, especially how it unfolded. It's not a good look. Really crappy. I know you could say, hey, whatever, but nonetheless. Okay. Here we go. Tony'sPicks.com. I'm on top of the handicapper leaderboards. I just don't want to, after our tough day with Team Steam, I wasn't going to too much here, but my premiums did go 5-1 yesterday for another strong day of Major League Baseball. So I'm going to roll today. Hey, why not roll with me if you haven't any baseball issues? Check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com today with this matinee. I got 3 plays in a package right now, but I'm going to add more, I believe. Here comes a little steam right now, everybody, on the New York Mets today. What? The New York Mets with Sean Manaea right now just came across. It's going to go down maybe here to a plus $1.25 right now. Mets already the second move on this game here that the line service is sending out. So New York Mets taking a little steam in that game against the Yankees. I'm not sure I can do it. But we'll talk about it. Probably Sam Bamurdy here, 64% yesterday. Nick Lagaretos, 80%. Daniel Wolasachuk, 2-0. Sean Dinwiddie, 2-0. Tim Irwin, 2-0. Solo Malone, 2-1 yesterday. Bodun, 60%. Danny Dimes is on the handicapper leaderboard thanks to an underdog winner. Last 7 days, it is Joseph Schultz on top of the handicapper leaderboards, nearly 10 units of profit. I'm up there at over 5 units of profit this week, still hanging out on the weekly leaderboard. Nick Lagaretos here up 3 units. Tony's Picks VIP and Jonathan Malone also profitable this week. Over the last 30 days, it's Brandon Check doing a job here since returning to the site, up 10 2/3 units of profit. Ruben Marlboro, come to Marlboro country, and you'd be up 10.5 units this month. Hollywood Sam, up 10 units. Joseph Schultz, up 9.5 units. Nick Lagaretos, up 9.5 units over the last 30 days. Check out the All Cappers tab and find the handicapper of your choice. This algorithm puts the hottest handicappers up top. So you can click right on Ramon Scott, scroll on down, find my premium pick packages here, check out all my records, see where I'm good here last 30 days in baseball, up 777. Oh, I think you should get my picks today and then go play the Blazing 7 slot machine. Here, and here's a 3-pack for 25 today, but I think I'm going to expand on that. We just want to see what we got going here with Team Steam today. Not going to steer clear of you guys. I'm going to try to be on the right sides with you here in just a moment. Check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all premium pick packages, including mine here on Wednesday in Major League Baseball. 16 games. No reason why I won't find at least 5 to fire on. 3 are already in there. I do like a couple more matinees, but I need to give some out here. And yeah, the pitching's sketchy. So only my best plays are going to go up, but it doesn't mean I can't get to 5 or maybe more plays today in Major League Baseball over at Tony'sPicks.com. And that's all we got today. But we do have WNBA tomorrow. If you wanted to get a 3-day pass with me. And also this weekend, we've got UFC 303. I'll have a package there, as well as Major League Soccer on Saturday. So thanks a lot for listening. Appreciate that. A few more comments from my friends here, and then we'll get rolling with the show. See who else stopped in while I was... Oh, there he is. Thank you, Solo. Appreciate your hot streak. And Justin's ready for some soccer. I hope to get the soccer right today. And Justin's ready for the draft. Leroy, hey, don't want to, good story here, I think. I think we can say of the Knicks. I think everyone did just see, I don't know if I was going to say everyone saw it, but everyone saw it, and there's memes about it now. The 4 Villanova guys on the phone together celebrating as they continue. Remember what I said about that with those guys, right? I mean, if you have a little bit of continuity, a little bit of chemistry, it really could help a team that maybe was looking for that, right? 209 Valley here today. Hello to Jeff. Hello to Howard. And Jeff, and oh yeah, where's Dave? Where are we talking about that fight yesterday, or that finger pointing, touch him on the shoulder? Thought it was a little bit. I mean, don't touch me on the shoulder though. Profar is like, don't touch my shoulder. But it did look like more of a scolding. I don't think it was so much touching him on the shoulder as it was the catcher scolding him, and then Manny came in and did what you're supposed to do, what Manny's supposed to do. All right, let's go with the show. Here we go. Thanks, everybody, for joining me today. Let's go early on. We got to get rolling here, Mariners and Rays. In this one with Kirby and Pepio. These guys' numbers are a little more shaky than maybe we would expect from them right now. But I would think maybe against each other they could be effective here, especially George Kirby with an ERA of 2.03 in his last 5 starts. Seattle, though, not much run support behind Kirby. That's really been the big issue. He's pitched well, but just doesn't get a lot of runs. And Seattle, that's what's kind of hurting them right now, is the lack of offense. They've lost 6 of their last 7 games. They're just 2-8 behind Kirby on the road this season. For Pepio, however, he does have a 7 ERA in his last 3 starts and an 0-2 record. He's gone over in 6 of his last 7 games. It's Tampa Bay that's hot all of a sudden, winning 7 of their last 9. The Rays have gone under in 6 of their last 8 games at home. A little bit of contrast there, but Seattle's gone over in 7 of their last 10. And man, so you do have Kirby is going to be getting a lot of support, it does feel like here, but the Mariners are in a funk and the Rays are playing better. Current line has to be still maybe down to $1.15 here right now. And I believe we do have the players that are sitting, or at least for one team. Let me see here. Brandon Lowe, he is out today. Brandon Lowe, it is an injury, actually. It's not rest, but not in the starting lineup. We do have, I believe, the Rays starting lineup here so far. I don't think we have Seattle's just yet. This total's dipped here to 7.5 under 20. I haven't looked at your comments yet, but I just feel like we're going to get a lot of Seattle support, and I want to play Seattle, but man, I don't want to be, I feel like this is the one where that's just going to be a free play on the show. I know that. I'm already in a premium on the total here in this one. So here we go. Thomas is on Tampa Bay here. And good morning to Darren. Justin's got us a prop, and Ziggy's on Tampa Bay. I mean, I'm trying to talk myself into Tampa Bay, and I'm going to end up on Seattle here, and I just can't get off Seattle here for some reason. I just figure Kirby should be better than Pepio here in the starting role, but again, this offense right now. All right, and Dave's on the Rays, and Blake's on the Rays. Here is a little bit of Mariners, though, but still, I think right now, it's got to be 4-1 Rays at this point. Here's Mariners and under, and Ziggy says the line is fishy, but when you got the Mariners and the Rays, it's always going to be fishy. You throw a little Marlins in there, and gotcha, Ziggy. Here's Rays for Fiddlehead, 5-1. Here's our Thompson on Seattle. Teresa, hello as always. brightening my day with sunshine and flowers. 209 Valley says, grab me a little nerfy action here for Kirby. He's allowed to run in the first inning in 3 of 16 starts. Meanwhile, Pepio, subpar 5 of 13. Luis is on the under, and so is Jeff. All right. Kirby weaker on the road, no doubt about it. Yelich said, am I the only one who picked Pittsburgh yesterday, remember? Well, I think Ronnie Crawford might have had Pittsburgh yesterday. You're out there, Ronnie. And Teresa, I think Seattle first half here is what she's saying. Fernando says, is this thing going down to 7, Fernando? Is that what the problem is? Not, yeah, there's still, but I think he's saying he didn't want to pay the juice necessarily. Tyrone raising under. It's going to be a tough decision here for Thomas because it feels like it's about 6 or 7 to 2. All right, but now, and I'm going to put my. I'm going to give one check here, but I'm going to give one more check. I just feel like my play is going to be on the Seattle Mariners. I'm still going to take the Mariners. I'm trusting that it will be the difference. And yeah, look, of late, there's been more talk about, people maybe relying too much on, I don't know if it was a dig because I like to recite the information on starting pitching. I think it's very important. I can start adding the bullpen ERAs a little bit. I mean, that goes into the handicap certainly every time, but kind of gets repetitive too. Bullpens pitch every day. Starting pitchers pitch every, 5 days or 6 days. Hello to Moneyline. So, and Rays turning it around here a little bit. So, but I'll take Seattle as my play. And that might have taken out the chances of a consensus. Feels like it's about 7 to 3 or so, maybe almost 2 to 1. It's close, but all right, let's move on here from that game and go with the next one here. And again, man, got to keep up on these pitching changes here today. So hopefully you got it ready. Hopefully you're ready with Pittsburgh here and the Reds. It feels like with Ortiz, we'll get a pitching change here and get some type of opener or something here. Just as we Reds with Ashcraft, it was going to be Abbott and then a switch here overnight to Ashcraft. So right now he's up to $1.32, $1.43. The Reds are taking action here, not necessarily steamy, but I would say the move here, or it could be part of the readjustment as well, because the pitching change with Ashcraft came in very early here this morning, and I'm showing some 10s out there even on the total right now, and I'm showing 10 under 15 again at a couple spots. It's interesting because we talked about I kind of thought they were getting a little loose there with those double digits and try to go under the other night when I've been putting up some good winners. But one of my losers the other night was on this one trying to stay under what looked like an inflated number. So what can you do here with this one? And if you had Ashcraft, you might have handicapped overnight with Abbott, as I did. I did not. This is one I don't think I saw coming necessarily. Let me see here. Just got to run. In fact, I got to run. Just hit the computer button here a little bit to make sure I get the right picture in there and I get the right numbers up for me. All right, here we go. So for Ashcraft here, comes in with a 7.36 ERA in his last 4 starts. 12 starts this season, an ERA of 5 so far for Ashcraft. Pittsburgh just 1-6 in their game, coming off of 1-6 straight up, coming off of a win. They've gone under in 12 of their last 17. For Ashcraft, he gets plugged in here, is what it is. It wasn't a surprise start. It was just that he is returning to action here after a layoff in this one. So they'll squeeze him in here to get him going. It's going to be his turn to, hasn't pitched since June 5th. And so we get Ashcraft back here. He was struggling a little bit, but he's pitched well against Pittsburgh, a 2.89 ERA in his last 3 starts. The Reds have lost 7 of their last 10. They've gone under in 13 of their last 15 games overall. And for Pittsburgh, with Ortiz, you'll see a mix of pitchers here, I'm sure. Ortiz, the bulk pitcher, and whether to stick someone in there before him remains to be seen. Justin can, well, let me see. I want to say Justin. He's a Braves fan. I always think of Pittsburgh. I think of Justin, but we know he's a Braves fan. Here's, let's see here. Anything with here we go. Ziggy's on the Reds. And Dave will take the Reds. Darren's got the Reds. Dave says, you better check it out, Ramon. There could be some weather today. Here's Luis on the Reds. And Justin, yeah, we need that update. I'll check it out. But Dave got it for us. All right. And Dave wants to be the co-host. Years ago, I said, Dave, this is what we're going to do. And, Dave and I went down a different path. But we've spent many a time together on screen. All right, that's it, man. It's all Reds. Time to win consensus. Thomas said right there, Reds already. How about that? All right. If you guys are doing it, look, I'm not abandoning you guys. Otherwise, I just wouldn't have shown up. Reds to bounce back. How about Team Steam to bounce back? Fiddlehead says, give me the over in this one. Yeah, look out. The move is here on the over here necessarily. Like I said, going up to 10 here at some of the spots. I can't do it. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. All right. Sounds like a Team Steam play here on the Reds. All right, I'll just get on board Team Steam here to try to, let you guys know I'm not abandoning Team Steam. But if I don't agree with you, like on 3 of those losses yesterday, and I go the other way, and you know how I feel about the play. All right. Okay. I think one of the premiums was actually against Team Steam, but I didn't want to highlight it. What were the other? I'll tell you the other winners were. Oh, it was the New York Mets. We had the Mets. Well, I did take them on the run line, actually. They did win the game, but that was the play. You guys had the Yankees. I liked the Mets yesterday, but I did like them. I just took them on I actually said in my premium pick release, I said I was going to go with the Mets today as my pick here against the Yankees, but Team Steam went with the Yankees, so I'm going to go with the Mets on the run line. They still won. I'm teasing the chat. I also had a premium pick winner yesterday, Colorado and Houston winner on the under pick here yesterday. Teams premium pick Cleveland, Baltimore over. Oh, I think I already said that. Nationals and Padres game over was a premium pick winner for me as well yesterday. And one game was rained out. And I don't know. I'll say this. So if anybody, for those of you, and I thank you, I don't know who all of you are, that few people that bought yesterday the packages, but if you don't get today's package, we're on that same play in the rain out that we're going to talk about here in just a moment. Let's go to this next game, however. I'm rolling with Team Steam here, and we'll go with the Reds at home. Phillies and Tigers with the Phillies on the road. Ooh, laying a big number here. No respect. And I think we do have the Tigers pitcher here right now. Let me see what's going on. We did get the update here overnight on Holton, and the line's actually gone down a little bit, but it might be just the. Let me see here. There we go. I'll call it $1.80, but I think we're even seeing it a little bit lower, actually. Maybe $1.75 or lower at some of the books here. But you have Tyler Horton here. He'll serve as the opener here in this one, but he looked good in his uh, uh, action here so far. But he'll be just an opener here today. I would believe in this one, the left-hander here for the Tigers going up against Turnbull for the Phillies. But we've seen Holton in there pitching. He's pitched last season too, so picked up a win about a month ago. Let me see what we got here with this matchup. All right. For the Phils and Turnbull, a 1.69 ERA in his last 6 starts. Turnbull's look good. Phillies are 5-1 behind Turnbull right now. The former Tiger getting a chance here against his former team. No doubt Turnbull, definitely would like to. This is one where he would definitely be standing out. He was with the Tigers for 5 or 6 years here. So big start actually for Turnbull. It's got to be factored into the handicap. Actually, I would think in this one for the Tigers, they've lost 11 of their last 17. They've gone under in 8 of their last 11. I would expect a pretty good start here. I like Turnbull. I just think the price is a little bit uncomfortable. I don't know if it's going to necessarily get me off the game here on a free play. Maybe let's see what you guys want to do here. I could maybe look to the total here. Dave says go under in this one, and it's already a consensus. I haven't even looked at this. I already look at it. Wow. Okay. I may just do it with you guys again here, but here's Nathan on the Phillies, and Dre wants to go with the Phillies run line, Ziggy run line, Phillies run line for Jeff. And hey, how about Nate? Oh, nice to see you, Nate. Yeah, we were, Nate. I went to rub it in, right? But it was a sweat, let's just face it. And, did I end up with some Edmonton puck line in that game? maybe it just worked out even better. Who was rooting for no empty net goal? Nate, me. And Dave's in Tigers last night with Screwball looking good. Here's Luis on the Phillies. Thomas started it with the Phillies. So a lot of Phillies support here. What did Thomas say? He called it on the run line here. So, hey, it's run line. I might just go money line because I'm scared. But if you guys are doing it on the show, and then if they win by 2, I'm not going to say I told you so. But if you guys like the run line, that's cool. I'll probably put a little bit on the run line. Look, Nate says go 2.5. He really likes the matchup. Look, I don't want to, I'm not totally down right now uh, on the Tigers. I don't know how, I don't want to say it in this game. I feel like the price is too high, and again, let me look at it currently, $1.72 at Bet Online, but look, DraftKings $1.80. Vegas books here are a little bit cheaper, $1.70, $1.75. The books closest to me, the apps, I use the apps. I'm not big on, I don't have to use my phone to bet when I have a computer. Vegas is supposed to be the leader. And I don't know if they really are in certain aspects. Okay, you guys are on the Phillies. I'm trying to show some confidence here in Team's team. If the consensus is on the run line, I'll take it on the money line just in case. I'm scared. I'm a scared conservative talker on the YouTube, and you can make fun of me. That's fine. try to use all the products in my arsenal.
Final.
But we did get, I just felt bad because there definitely were some favorites that the team's team was on. Hey, Yo D is here today. Hello. Chat legend AUD here today. All right. Next up is that first game of the doubleheader between the Braves and the Cardinals. Braves going to be a road favorite here, no doubt. And like I said, if you bought the package yesterday and you don't want to get it today because, it was just a little bit too much winning there with 5-1 performance, we will come back today with the same play as our premium play in this game. Now, that would mean I got to pick a side. So maybe we can get your help in the chat. But remember, this is a doubleheader today, and this is the original matchup that was scheduled for yesterday, and it was supposed to be game one. It will be game one today. No indication yet there's been any change or mixing of the pitchers. That was really important to me, that I felt at least confident in the premium play to give it out. And again, if there is a pitching change, the plays are basically based on action, but as always, you certainly can reconsider anything like that. Here comes a play. It's Nate. He's going to be early here on the Cards in this one at home. I think doubleheader is certainly something to kind of consider in this game, right? We talked about it yesterday, so maybe we'll get too heavy in the game. You got Lopez coming in here, 1.17 ERA in his last 4 starts. The Braves have won 8 of their last 11 games overall. Kyle Gibson, he's been hot. He's gone 2-0 with a 2.55 ERA in his last 4 starts coming in. Cardinals have won 12 of their last 18 games right now. Also, the Cardinals have gone under in 18 of their last 27 games overall. Here's Braves and under here for Darren, but Ziggy will go over in this one. And Teresa says it's the Braves, all or nothing. Stadiums, and what is that other trying to look at the avatars there. Ziggy also over in game one. Oh, we said that already. Okay, not much. I know doubleheaders are tough. So in this one, let me make sure, because I don't want to give up. I've got a premium on the total. Pick up my 3-pack here, but all right. All right. For me, I will take the Cards here in this one. I want to look. Let me see. The run line is probably a little bit too high for me to take seriously here, huh? Probably just have to go money line. Okay, no, $1.50. That's good enough. In a doubleheader, I'm going to take run line here plus 1.5 at minus $1.50. I'll be the chalkster today. Dre's on the Braves. Jeff is on the under. Dave is on the under. Ray is on the Braves. A lot of Braves action coming in here. You're going to get Thomas's attention here if this keeps going on. But I was on the card. We had a couple on the Cardinals, so that probably we had Nate and I on the Cards, so that might neutralize it out a little bit. It is definitely favored. The Braves are favored here by the chat. And maybe when we get big enough, like some of those other shows, we could do the chat with when you can punch in the picks. I just can't do it and run the show a little bit, I think. But we've got Thomas. I mean, what do we need? We don't need a fancy thing. If we get bigger than that, hopefully we'll have bigger problems. All right. Justin says he's got his Braves to sweep this one. Next, from our Braves correspondent. And Justin is objective. He is not just a home. He's no homer. No homer, that's for sure. AUD says Ramon chalky. And I'm feeling chalky right now on Wednesday. Nate says it feels like they're the same old, people think it's the same old Braves right now. But no doubt there's, when you're missing your big slugger, it does feel like the Braves still could, are still going to be. Nicholas is here today, and he's kind of a, cards expert, I would say. 209 says maybe a little nerfy in this one in the Braves game. Lopez is a perfect 0 for 13. Oh, I think we talked about that yesterday, right? About 209 Valley? And Gibson's a 5 for 14. Not great. All right, let's move on. I'll take the Cards run line. Here's the Marlins and Belozo, you guys. We've got a Belozo sighting. All right, for Belozo coming in here, get his major league debut here in this one for the Marlins. So more Marlins. What can you say? I mean, they do well with their young pitchers, no doubt about it. But how will they do with this one? The 24-year-old Mexican, formerly with the Astros, he was acquired by the Marlins here back in April. And again, some of these pitchers that are being rushed to the majors because we are seeing injuries at a record rate. So just continue to see new pitchers. A 5 ERA so far in this season between AA and AAA so far this year. He has 7 home runs allowed in AAA in 20 2/3 innings. So just the option that they've had to go with because you've got Luzardo who's gone on the disabled list. Braxton Garrett's hit the IL and joins all the other Marlins pitchers. So how good can your pitchers be if you I don't know what's happening here, but look, Sandy's out. You've got Yuri Perez, Sixto Sanchez, Ryan Weathers. So all those guys, it just hasn't been great for the Marlins. And now this is their 14th starting pitcher of the season here. And for the Royals with Singer, not always a great option, but I think people are more apt to trust Singer, feels like at home than on the road. For Singer here, he comes into this one, let's see, with a 5.94 ERA in his last 3 starts. But like I said, Singer at home, the Royals are 6-2 with Singer, although they're struggling right now, having lost 12 of their last 16. Marlins, they're playing well. They've won 5 of their last 7. We know they're playing just .333 ball on the road. The Royals are 26-15 at home. They've gone under in 9 of their last 12, but over in 6 of Singer's last 8 starts. The Marlins have gone under in 13 of their last 16 games on the road coming into this one. Here's Dre. He's going to lead us off. He's on the Royals. I think Ziggy's on the under here. And I wonder, is Luis saying maybe this is where teams steam? I'm worried, Luis, if that's what you're talking about, right? But I know we're going to be chalky. We might be the chalkiest show out. I don't know. Is that a reputation we have? Luis is on Kansas City here, run line. And here's Dave on the under with the Royals. And here's Darren on the under. Thomas is on the under. Justin's going over, though. Marlins for Ray here. Teresa says Kansas City and over. And Kansas City Fried Chicken.
Final.
And let's see here. Jeff is going to go on the Marlins here, plus a run and a half. So it is pretty heavy, though. I wonder, are Tom's Royals? Okay, no consensus, and it sounds like here so far. So maybe there was enough action in there from the Marlins to constitute. I kind of thought maybe this is the Royals spot, and maybe I will be chalky. Maybe if Team Steam doesn't go with it, I will go with the chalk. As I have a premium on this one, and what is the run line right now? I mean, I'm certainly going to go run line in this one. And I'll be on the Royals here, minus a run and a half today. I prefer if the Royals were throwing a left-hander, but I put it over the top. Oh well. I'll accept responsibility. And we're chalking it up here with Count Chocula. Fernando's going under. I'm getting a little warm. It's getting a little hot in here with all this chalk. Huh. All right. Well, if I want favorites, I want them. Well, I was going to say I want them on getaway day, but let's keep it rolling here because I've got another game here with some big prices with the Rockies going up against the Astros here with Feltner up against Arrighetti. And give the Astros, a little bit of credit here, working with their pitchers the way they do. Look, they have no choice at this point for what's going on. So the fact that the Astros have been able to kind of work their pitching here a little bit and, develop these guys, it's paid off here a little bit. You have a guy like Arrighetti just thrown to the Wolves here right now with 7.5 ERA in his last 4 starts. They give him some run support. He's 6-4, or the Astros are 6-4 behind Arrighetti. For Feltner, though, he's been bad. A 9.28 ERA in his last 4 starts. Colorado just 3-7 behind Feltner. Interestingly, the Rockies have gone over in 13 of Feltner's 15 starts this season. Houston is 8-2 in their last 10 games, and the Rockies have dropped 17 of 23. They're just 11-28 on the road so far this season. So definitely, one-sided looking here as far as some of the numbers are concerned, but again, these are real high prices for a team that, no doubt, talk about teams that aren't the same. The Houston Astros, they are definitely rounding into Houston form a little bit. And the Rockies aren't showing any signs of turning anything around, but what are you going to do? And here we go with Thomas will just roll the money line here in this one. Joe T says, give me the Astros first 5, team total over and full game team total over. Feltner going to get lit up here. Astros crush righty. Astros crush. What does that say, though? It says Astros crush righties at home. All right. And here, Astros, the team total over for Ray. How about that? We could have a consensus team total if everybody got into it, but here's Dre will just go over and Teresa will go over and Thomas can figure it out. But look, Dave's on the over. Darren's on the Houston and over. Here's Houston run line. Here's Astros run line. I mean, I can't coach people up, right? Even Ziggy's on the Astros run line. I mean, I should be listening to Team Steam. You guys have come here to get the information from me, and in turn, you guys are processing the information. So, what to do? Man, you guys are really hot on this over today here. And let me look. It might be. I mean, on this under, on this over. You guys are hot on the over. And it's one of those where it's like the move is on the under. There's no doubt the move is on the under. Those always scare me here. Just want to pass along some steam coming in right now. I want to let you know about it. It was on a game we've already previewed between the Mariners and Seattle. The total here is coming in on the under in the game with Kirby and Pepio right now. And Bovada has now moved to 7 over 15. I think most books have moved to at least 7 over 25. Mine is 7 over 18. So this one is quickly heading to the under. There's some steam coming in right now in the game it's the first game up in 2 hours here between Seattle and Tampa Bay. Just want to pass that along. All right, I think let's see here. I'm waiting. Boy, I think what's happened here, because there's also a move coming in it's on Tampa, so I imagine there's probably the Seattle. No, their lineup looks pretty okay here, actually. Okay, for whatever reason, the pretty big move here on Tampa Bay. But all right, let's take a look here. Hey, Sports Money's joining us today. Thank you. We are live from Las Vegas. Here, the sports betting capital of the world, Sports Money. And here's Jeff Schramm going with Houston today. And Thomas feels like it's his. Thomas, your job is just to calculate it, sir. No one is blaming you at all here for the plays. Your job is to count the plays, Thomas. Not you're not making them. Okay, I'm not telling you what your job is. You volunteered this, but you do not take any responsibility. In fact, I will take responsibility because I should be telling us. We should always be. I mean, I'm dogs and under, aren't I? I'm Mr. Under. Okay. Justin's got a prop here, but Thomas says it is a consensus no matter how you look at it. But it's Houston. It's Houston, the consensus, and not the over, which you guys are really touting heavily here because probably those bad numbers here with these two. But man, the move is on the under, and man, you got to respect this move, you guys. Here, Dave says, "Don't you dare! Do you dare go under?" And I'm about to. I think I'm about to fade the chat here and go under. Not fade the chat. I'm just saying fade the chat, meaning go against the chat. And I don't, Ziggy. I already said the plays that I had that went against the chat yesterday. After all, I had some winners that the chat had the loser, but no big deal. I don't care about that. I mean, I care about the winners. I want to win. We want to win. Okay, here's an under from Tyrone. He's got Houston and under. And Thomas said never volunteer. My thinking would be always volunteer. Trevor Davis, hello. All right. Well, okay, you guys want to do it. You guys want to play it that way. I kind of wanted to go with the under, but man, there's a lot of over in the chat. I'm going to roll with the chat. I think. Take the over in this one. I think you can get some 8.5s out there. I mean, these starters have really bad numbers, and I'm already on this. So I'm on the play here for a premium on the side. So, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Thomas said the play is on the total, which was over. So, okay, I think we'll see what at the end. Let's move on and take a look at this one with the Rangers taking on the Brewers here. And we do have the Brewers pitching here with, do we? Is it going to be Dallas Keuchel here today, I think is what we saw. Okay, let's take a look here. I think we're going to get Dallas Keuchel. I think because they've acquired him here. I think he's going to get this start here today. Let's take a look. The Brewers got him here from Seattle, and he's going to get to make this start here right now today. It does look like. And Let's see. Okay, so you're going to sign a minor league contract, so they don't need to necessarily make a corresponding move, I don't think. I'm not an expert on that, but we know what we're getting certainly with Dallas Keuchel. Let me go ahead and punch him in here. Pretty good move, I'd say, for the Brewers, more so. I don't think Seattle needs a guy like Dallas Keuchel here, and the Brewers definitely can use a little bit. And they've been known to, make corresponding moves here. Let's take a look. I want to make sure we get this line right. Some of the lines of services, I think some of the books don't even have this line up currently, but 120, 8.5 under 20 here right now. And I think the Rangers are actually the slight favorite. So let's just put it on their side. I think we can leave it at that. And yeah, I think the total is going to be mostly 8.5 or 8.5 under 15 or so. Okay. So unless you need me to tell you all about Dallas Keuchel, I mean, we've seen him enough in our career. There's not a ton of information right now to go with as far as his you know coming in, making this start. I mean, the guy's been a veteran. He's been around for a decade, and going up against another veteran here in Eovaldi, who has a 3.75 ERA in his last 4 starts. Rangers come in having won 4 of their last 6. The Brewers obviously now won 3 straight. They've gone 11-2 in their last 13 at home. So I don't know. You bring a lefty in here like this, seems like a pretty good situation. Kind of going on the fly here a little bit. Anyway, he is Joseph, but at least you know what you're getting with him, right? I mean, you know what you're getting, with Dallas Keuchel. It's always going to be that same thing, right? Decent, controlling the walks, medium low strikeout. Definitely going to have a lot of ground balls. I mean, might be a gas can, but he's obviously, he's pitched at the highest levels. I mean, he was a Cy Young Award winner here. All right, here we go with Justin. Talk about that other Justin. I only did it because you guys were on the over. If everybody would have just went on the Astros and nobody said anything on the total, I'm rolling with Team Steam in that one. So let's see how we do, because I was going to go under. I think those pitchers might be ready to turn around, but I agree the numbers are just pretty hard to ignore, the bad numbers. But don't forget about Feltner. I mean, Feltner looks like a guy who doesn't pitch well in Colorado. Yeah, the road numbers aren't good either. But in Colorado, right, it's weird. You either have it or you don't. I don't know what they do, right? Don't they go through and look at – I would be looking at, pitchers who come into Colorado who are mediocre, who have might be on the rise in their career, and I'd go try to acquire those pitchers that show – isn't there's got to be something to it. Fernando's on the Rangers here, and the over – here is if Keuchel's pitching, Justin's ready to go with the Rangers team total over. And Joseph says, no, we don't want Keuchel. Go Rangers team total over. Here's Rangers money line. Okay, no one likes the Brewers fans are not happy with it. What are you going to do? What were you going to do here tonight? What were you going to do if it wasn't for acquiring this? Yeah, you're right. Okay, they're right. I'm trying to paint it positively here, my Brew crew. Darren on the under. And Nicholas said Nathan's calling a happy Keuchel day. Yeah, and there are only hello Eric, hello Dre on the over, and it's a consensus play. Says Thomas Lewis to take the Texas Rangers. I'll do it with this is one I can get behind today. All right, you guys. Here, I want to give Keuchel a chance, and if we end up losing this one, I'm not gonna be there and be the one to say I told you so. I'll go ahead and take Texas with you here, but I'm really bummed you guys are You can only get so many pitchers out there. I get it. All right, Joseph, really down. Okay. Yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, but the other thing with Keuchel, and I think the Brewers know that you Brewer fans know this, right? One thing you need, the team could use an innings eater. If he's a soft tosser that can get through, just with a 4 ERA or something, you guys, I promise you'll take that. You've got to accept that. If you can get an innings eater with a 4 ERA right now, with a little bit of ground ball control, the Brewers might need more to keep this going. But, and again, maybe it is stopgap, but this is what they need right now today. And again, I think it's obvious, Justin, because look at the type of contract he's under. Here's an over from Luis. So great comments there from everybody, man. Hey, we might get caught on being, the chalkiest chat on the internet, but doesn't mean that we're not the most knowledgeable. You guys know your stuff. All right, let's go with this hot matchup here with the Angels hosting the Athletics. You saw it last night in this one, the drama, the Angels, the Athletics. It wasn't much drama, but it was a lot of runs. I know that. I had the under on the show. That wasn't a good call, as these teams ended up putting up a few runs yesterday. For the A's coming into this one with Estes, he's got a 7.24 ERA in his last 3 starts. The A's have dropped 5 of their last 6. Angels, they've won 3 of their last 4 games. How about it? Contreras, this will be his first start of the season. The former Pirates pitcher, remember? He was 8-12 last season with a 5.23 ERA in 29 starts for the Bucks. And he got roughed up in a one start against the Angels. He really got knocked around in a short stint, but Oakland has lost 10 straight games on the road right now. It just feels kind of like even the Angels might be able to handle them here today. And this one is a day game here. And it looks like nobody really wants to do too much with this. Here's Dave on the over. Ziggy's on the over. So I just might end up on. Let's take a look here. Might want to give out my premium here with this game because it's kind of tough sometimes to make the worst game your premium if it's got a full card to a certain extent. All right, and Ziggy's yeah, right. He got really roughed up in that game pass. For no one likes this game, so. All right, I kind of thought I was kind of interested in this game here, so I'm going to take the under though as my play. Maybe it was going to be a premium, but again, I want to use the side as a premium. It's just tough. We'll see. Might just see what else happens on the rest of the card. Go Angels! Nothing to think about. A's have lost 10 straight on the road. All right, thanks, you guys. Not much on that one here, I know. But how about my Padres yesterday? We saw in the first inning, not 6 pitches into the Padres' home at bat. They've gotten a little ruckus with the Nationals, so maybe there's a little bit to this matchup here a little bit. But the Padres end up getting the best of them with that big inning, and they held on for the 9-7 victory. Or for some reason, they're $1.85 here today. People just love the Padres, I guess, but they have to be one of the worst big favorites out there, it feels like to me. And you're going up against the young lefty, DJ Hertz. here, who I think has a residency at one of the rooftop bars here in Vegas. DJ Hertz sounds like he should be playing in Ibiza. For Dylan Cease, look, Padres, like I said, you always know what you're getting right now, and I don't think it was a bad situation here. I know I say it every time, but Cease goes out there and gives the Padres certainly a chance right now, and doesn't feel like they should be a $2 favorite, but Padres are playing well. They've won 6 of their last 7 right now. They're winning games at home finally, but Cease has been getting roughed up. He's got a 7.5 ERA in his last 3 starts. Padres just 9-7 with Cease on the mound. Padres have gone under in 4 of his last 5 starts at home. For Hertz, he has a 5 ERA in his last 4 starts. So this pitcher certainly, a little bit rough around the edges here, getting rushed up to the majors. Padres always reputable as far as not hitting lefties, but for this young pitcher, we'll see. The Nationals have dropped 5 of their last 8 games overall. They've gone over in 4 of their last 5. And here is Darren. He wants to go over in this one. How about Ziggy? He wants the Nats on the run line. How about it? Padres can't win here laying big numbers, can they? Fernando's going over. Jeff says, give me the Nats on the run line. Dave loves Slam Diego. And I love Slam Diego, my team, certainly. All right, Dave says the Padres might get his call here today, even at $1.85. Does sound a little bit, troublesome, certainly, but and again, we want to have, as speaking from the Padres' perspective, you want to have Fernando Tatis healthy and in the lineup, but we'll take him getting healthy here. The talk really has been Fernando Tatis is at least honest with himself, right? So many players try to play through injuries here, but Tatis, sometimes it feels like the Padres are kind of hey, stay in the lineup. And Thomas knows when they do and when they don't. He's like me. Dre says go over here in the game with the Padres tonight. I don't want to do that. All right. I'm going to go with the Nationals here on the run line. And, there's no doubt, Ken. You look at DJ Hertz, I think we're looking at a guy who, is going to be a major leaguer here. After all, he's left-handed, and he looks pretty decent. Just might be some learning curve, a little rough around the edges here, but could be in line for an okay performance here against the Padres, who we know are, their record against left-handers isn't terrible. Their numbers don't pan out as much. So give me the Nationals here on the run line today. Padres, that's just too big a price for me. And you get the Nationals here at, minus $1.30, $1.35 on the run line, and I'll take the Nats here. Price too high. The rent is too high, but I'm thinking I'm going to have a premium actually in this game. Don't yet. Guardians and Orioles here with the Carrasco going for the Guardians and Rodriguez here for the Orioles for Grayson Rodriguez. Boy, is that right? $1.75 in this matchup against Cleveland. I know everybody's down on Carrasco. It's pretty easy to want to pile on here, it feels like, at this point with going against Carrasco. It feels like that's what it feels like, right? Going not so much. Yes, the Orioles are awesome. Definitely hanging with the Yankees here. It's going to be a great summer, but I think mostly cappers, fans, mostly on a fade Carrasco. I'm showing cappers running about a 2-to-1 ratio here on Rodriguez and the O's. Both pitchers are just mediocre. I mean, Rodriguez a 4.81 ERA in his last 4 starts, but the Orioles are 9-4 with Rodriguez on the mound. 1 career start against Cleveland, 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. For Carrasco, a 4.6 ERA in his last 3 starts. Cleveland's 5-8. With Carrasco this season, they've gone under in 4 of his last 5. The Guardians have gone under in 7 of their last 9 games overall. Guardians, one of the best road teams around, 25-17, pretty good, certainly. Certainly equal record as the Orioles' home record of 25-16 for the most part. Rodriguez, man, he's given up a first inning run in 6 of 13 games. That's just dreadful. For you guys, let's see. We got Dave with the over here. We've got Fernando with the over. Ziggy's going to go with the Guardians in this one. Thomas is going to go with the Guardians here as well. But Luis says, give me O's on the run line. Dre says, got to take the Orioles here. Cleveland has won 7 straight. Baltimore's lost 5 straight. So that, could they turn it around? Hello to Brett B today. I'm sure you got a great... Thank you, Brett. Thanks for coming in here. Jeff says, go over. All right. What to do. I'm going to take one quick peek at the latest number and see if that affects my decision-making process, because quite frankly, you guys, it's always the number really that decide. I mean, no, I don't want to say it like that. I mean, the number has to correspond with the move, I guess, and the stronger it is, for me, it kind of relates how it makes it either a premium or a free. And I'm on the night games here. I'm not necessarily down on Baltimore here at $1.75, and it's even cheaper than that. No, $1.85 at Circa. Oh, it's higher, $1.95 here at Bovada. Woo! This is a costly one here. But hey, we've got Thomas with us saying we've got a consensus move here on the over. How about that? All right. Okay, that might be something I can get behind. I just had a problem, I thought, really with the number itself going over, but I could probably get behind it as a free play at 9.5, right? Oh man, we're seeing 9s out there. All right, I think I might have to save this. Might have to save this one as far as that's concerned. All right, give me the Orioles here to win this one. I can't take them on the run line, I'm afraid. I'm just going to roll with more chalk today. And if we lost on so much chalk yesterday, maybe it'll come back today. But the Orioles are definitely higher than this. But the total is down. The total is definitely not 9.5. This is what has my attention, and I'll probably go premium if that little bit of freemium here, because the total is about 9 flat, and that is going to be a go sign, I think, for me. I think I want to go over here, but all right. Hope I didn't talk too much about that. And I'll just take the Orioles here to win this one. No consensus from you guys. There's a little bit of Guardian in there. I get a little bit of Guardian support in there from you guys, a little bit on the run line too. So yeah, price is too high, meaning I'm not going to go a premium, but I'll go another chalky play here. See how I do. Blue Jays, Red Sox. Rodriguez, he's pitching for the Blue Jays as well. Going here up against Crawford. Crawford favored $1.55 at home for the Red Sox. And for Rodriguez, he has a 7 ERA and 5 starts so far here for the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto's lost 9 of their last 12 games overall. Crawford comes in with a 1-5 record in his last 6 starts, and Boston's 4-11 behind Crawford. He's got a 7.53 ERA in his last 6 starts. Boston's gone over in 6 of their last 7 at home. Even though Crawford's had bad numbers, they have gone under in 9 of his last 13 starts. Boston here about $1.45, $1.50 here. Yeah, there is $1.55 at Bovada. We can leave that up there. Number here mostly about 9.5 over 20. I am seeing a 10 out there as well this this morning. So let's hear from you on the Toronto game here with. Here we go. Here it is. Boston for Dre right now. And here's Thomas going over here in this one. And here's Justin going over. Ziggy's got Sox on the money line. And Darren says, give me the under 9.5 here in this one. All right. And what is the current? Let's see. What do I have the total listed at? 9.5 over 20 going up. Huh? Wow. Okay, man. If that thing goes up any higher, maybe I'll just feel like I'll just go with it right now here as my play on the show. If it's going to be at 9.5 or nearly 10, I think I just got to go with the under here in this one. I don't have a lot of unders today. Oh no. That doesn't make me feel good. Just give me one here at 9.5 or 10. If I can hang out for a 10, probably just do it. All right. Not much. Keep it rolling here. We're almost done with the show. And a baseball day for sure. Yankees and Mets. This is the baseball feature for sure today. We saw what a game yesterday, between these two. Like I said, I did have the Mets yesterday. I know the chat was rolling a little bit with the Yankees. No problem. I did have the under, though, as my play here on the show, and that didn't necessarily work out. The cappers feel like they're all over the Yankees here. Maybe it's because they feel like it's a starting pitching mismatch here with Gil. Yeah, I get it. Has not been as strong here maybe of late for Gil, but the numbers still kind of pan out here a little bit, it feels like. For Gil right now, he's got a 5.5 ERA in his last 4 games, but remember, the Yankees have still won 12 of his 15 starts this season. It's just the Yankees are struggling right now. They've lost 8 of their last 11, and the Mets come in having won 16 of their last 22 games. They're 1-0 since let's see. They're 1-0 since the French fry guys threw out the first pitch or something. The Mets are going under in 4 of the last 5 starts for Manaea. The Yankees come in here right now. Still great record, 52-29. The Mets with Manaea, his number is 6.28 in his last 3 starts. So I can see why there's plenty of support here on the Yankees. I would imagine, without looking at the chat, we might be headed to consensus land on a road favorite. I don't know if you guys can get away with it. Get away from it. I don't know if I can get away from it. Here's Ziggy, though. He will take the under in this one. Okay. Because I see Fernando also on the other. Brett was trying to help me with Grimace, but Brett, I've actually moved on from Grimace. I've already gone through the Hamburglar. I've gone through Mayor McCheese, and I was trying to think of other McDonald's characters now that could throw out the first pitch because of Grimace. His win streak ended. So I was trying to give him another win. Who else could we get to throw out the first pitch? And Dave's going with the Mets. Thomas going with the under here. Jeff says Yankees to bounce back. Brett does say he likes the team total over. Luis is on the Yankees run line. And we could get Ronald, of course. Of course. I mean, the guy's got a smile on his face. He's got a smile on his face. He's got a yellow shoelace. He's a one-clown band. He's the greatest McClown of them all in the spring, summer, winter, and fall. All right. I'm done singing McDonald's raps. And maybe I'll just go with the Yankees here. It doesn't look like I was kind of hanging out to see if it was going to be a consensus play, but obviously not enough support. I think you guys are not too hot here, it feels like, on Aaron Judge bomb for Justin. All right. Maybe it's just Yankees for me, and that's what I'll do. I'll take the Yankees. If it's not going to be a consensus, I can take some. I can take some private chalk. Well, we've got every favorite today, don't we? Boy, they wouldn't like that over on that other channel. Next up, here's game two. Look, even I might take a pass on this one with how sketchy as yesterday. I took a pass yesterday on the Giants game, ended up with a premium, and look at how it cost me my only premium loss of the day. But do want to see you get through game two here with this one. Does feel like, though, it will be Andre Palante pitching today, so that's okay news for the Cardinals. I think we've gotten used to Palante being a pretty solid an option, a reasonable option here for the Cardinals. I think nobody's too, overly impressed so far for Palante. I mean, doesn't serve kind of as a short-term option at starter here at this point, going up against Bryce Elder here for Elder in this one. Comes in currently a 6.84 ERA in his last 5 starts for Elder. Meanwhile, the Braves have won 8 of their last 11. For Palante and the Cardinals, they've won 12 of their last 16. So big doubleheader today, no doubt about it. And you got to see how this one plays out for game 2 here with Atlanta and St. Louis. Elder $1.35-ish, and we'll call it. I'm seeing anywhere from $1.15 to $1.35. Some books don't even have the game up at this point due to the fact that it is a doubleheader today. And I'll give it one cursory glance here. Maybe I can make a call in this one on a game 2 of a doubleheader. Man, and a home price. I'm almost willing to gamble twice on the Cards here and take them twice on the. What are they in game 2, though? $1.65 on the run line. Talk about chalk. But that or the under, I would think. I'm under in a getaway day. Let me do that. I'll take the under, I think. Man, I'm kind of interested in the Cardinals. I don't know if they can win. It's a doubleheader. Maybe I'll just do it on the run line. Here we go. Fernando's on the Cardinals. Here's Ziggy Cardinals run line. All right. That might be enough. I've got Ziggy on it. Let me do that. That's my play. Cardinals run line. I'm taking them twice in the doubleheader. On the run line, though, I think that's part of my strategy because, most doubleheaders, big shocker, you guys, most doubleheaders are split. Scientific research. Dodgers, White Sox. All right, folks, here it is. Look, I'm one to always say when I'm going to pass on the White, I don't want to do it. I want to do it today. I want White Sox. I want White Sox today. I do. Now, going to probably grab them on the run line, of course, just to, be fair about it. And they're, closer to pick them there with +1.5. So, but I think today is the day. I think with Fetty, this is the option you want against the Dodgers here. Obviously, a little bit mired in some mediocrity ever since Mookie went out. The Dodgers aren't anything special. I expect Fetty to be able to pitch a very, very strong game here. I would think Stone is going to be, against the White Sox lineup. I know it's easy to say, Stone will be just fine. I do think he will be pretty good here, pretty fine, but I think I'm ready to kind of stay with Fetty here to keep him in this game. I figure it's going to be a 1-run game, very close, low-scoring game, I'm sure, here on getaway day, night game. Fetty, 2.25 ERA in his last 3 starts. Problem is, White Sox just do not score with Fetty. They're 1-6 behind him in their last 7 starts. I mean, we don't need to waste a lot of time. White Sox, they've gone under in 11 of their last 14, however, which shows their lack of offense. But for Fetty, in the last 3 starts, a 1-1 record, and they've gone over in 4 of his last 5 games. So a little bit of offense. Now, Stone has a 2.08 ERA in his last 4 starts. So 5 starts, but 4 wins in there. Dodgers are 11-3 with Stone. They've gone under in 7 of his last 9 starts. But the Dodgers have gone over in 7 of their last 11. Dodgers have won 12 of their last 18. So I've kind of got it as a good game today, as what I'm trying to say. And while it might not be a total chalky, maybe I can sprinkle the White Sox. It's going to be hard, but today I'm on them. I'm White Sox today against those Dodgers. I always bet the Dodgers, but not today. I'm taking Fetty. Okay, they're gonna need find some offense, certainly a little bit of offense. They might only need a little bit of offense. I mean, to me, you look at this series so far, wouldn't be surprised if this game is 2-1 or 3-2, or maybe even 4-3, one way or the other. 1-run game, I'm thinking here, low scoring game. That's just the way that I'm going to be approaching this one, I'm sure. Very similar. You look, yesterday was 4-3. Dodgers got the win on the road with Miller against Flexen. So let's see what you guys got here. Don't call me chalky today. I'm taking the White Sox. On the run line, though. Look at that. That's great. That's good. That's good. All right. And, Jeff, what did I take in that New York game? What did I take in that New York game? Did we get it? Did I get it? Did I not write it down correctly? I thought. Okay, I'll get back to you on that. Dodgers run line here for Thomas. There's Ziggy on the Dodgers run line. I'm sure you guys will be on the Dodgers. This might be a Team Steam Ramon disagreement here. Trey's on the under. And there it is. Took the Yankees. Okay. I didn't write it down. I'm glad you guys said something. I'm like, all of a sudden I go, did I take the total? Because I was just talking about how I didn't take any totals. Right. Tyrone going under here in this one. And Brett says under all day. Thomas says, how about a Nerfie? We haven't had enough Nerfies today. Stone is 3 of 3 first innings. He's allowed to run in 14 starts for Fetty. He's 3 of 16. And Don says, the bullpen will cost the White Sox today. Bullpen always costs the White Sox. Although I did see one gambling analyst, he called the White Sox a historically bad bullpen. I don't know if that's. I mean, they're just bad. They're just bad near the bottom of the league in bullpen. I don't think it's a historically bad bullpen, right? I mean, we've seen worse bullpens out here. What is their bullpen? They're not even the worst in the league. I know Colorado's the worst, but I always take one run off Colorado because of Colorado. All right, Darren, Dodgers and under. Here's Dodgers roll today. White Sox first 5 for Fernando. Dave's going to roll with me on the Sox. Oh, sorry, Thomas. Okay, no big deal. I'll take the White Sox today plus a run and a half. We're going to keep moving on in this show here with the Twins and the Diamondbacks with Woods Richardson in there and it's Nelson. That's just we know it's Nelson. I just didn't finish the graphic. This was not one of the late switcheroos or anything here in this one for the Diamondbacks. You got Woods Richardson here, probably about $1.20 in the total 9, it feels like right now. For Woods Richardson coming into this one, I think we're all relatively impressed with the young pitcher of the Twins and probably has a pretty bright future. Now, gives him pretty solid innings. He has a 4.15 ERA in his last 5 starts, but the Twins 8-4 behind Woods Richardson. So I think we like what we see from him. They're also 8-4 in their last 12 games overall. Now Nelson's been pitching well, and we know he can be pretty decent. He's got 2.08 ERA in his last 2 starts. He won them both. Arizona's won 14 of their last 22, so they're heating up. Are the Diamondbacks? Don't rule them out. Remember, I mean, they're, they were pretty good last year, certainly. Diamondbacks have gone over in 8 of their last 10 games at home. The Twins have gone over in 10 of their last 13 games overall. But both these pitchers are kind of trending under. Woods Richardson under in 5 of his last 7. Nelson under in 5 of his last 6 starts. I'm showing cappers. Pretty tight on this one. 3-2 ratio in favor of the Diamondbacks. And here's Luis will start us off, and he's on the Twins, but Ziggy's on the Diamondbacks, and so is Thomas. Getting near the end of the show. Brent Cook always wondered why the end of the show always went so fast. And that's because everybody was out of picks. Everybody's out of gas here, I think. I'm going to end up on the Arizona Diamondbacks here at home today against the Minnesota Twins with Nelson here. Both teams playing well. I think the Diamondbacks have heated up just enough here. Jeff will go over in the first 5. All right, and one more. Cubs, Giants, and Birdsong. Birdsong's pitching. Who is it? Otis Birdsong? This is going to be Giants pitching prospect here, Hayden Birdsong, to start this game for Birdsong. Pitch from Eastern Illinois. He's been a little bit of a rapid riser here. Has pitched well so far and got to be rated right now in the top 5 prospects. I know my ratings that I follow actually have him as the number 3 prospect in the Giants organization. So he's got a pretty big curveball, and we'll see how he does here. But Keaton Wynn going on the disabled list. So I imagine that when they need some type of 5th starter right now, maybe we'll get to see Birdsong. You might not have him listed yet. I don't even know if he's been oh yeah, no, he's on all of them here. Giants, had to make the necessary move with their personnel in this game. So he'll go off though here as a slight favorite in his first start here of his major league career. So 22 years old, but only spent I don't even think he had but 1 or 2 games in AAA. Let me see here. A AA Richmond, 11 starts and a 205 earned run average and a 30% strikeout rate, 10% walk rate, but he was just dominating at AA. So did give up 5 runs on 8 hits and 6 walks in his first 9 innings at Sacramento. And the Cubs with Wisniewski, he was kind of a late addition here, if I'm not mistaken. Or I won't say late addition, but while he was the expected starter, I think the Cubs were a little bit slow. Both these teams, I mean, this has been a shaky series, no doubt. Even you guys here, probably not too much. Here's Ziggy on the Giants. And Dave will take the over. Luis is on the Giants. Looks like Jeff over first 5 here. Oops, I'm on the wrong game. I went too far, didn't I? I think I might have went too far. I think that was the other game. Okay, and let's see here. Jeff says the Cubbies will greet him today. Take the Cubs, says Jeff, on the road to beat up on this rookie. Yeah, definitely been rushed here a little bit because of the necessity. I basically, I mean, we've been talking about the Giants pitching situation for 3 days, right? All 3 days. I started talking about on Sunday how they were up against it in this series, and you see where they end up here. But again, this is a guy that's dominated so far, but did not look great in AAA. But again, his stuff was too much for the double A here. So Darren says, you know what, just keep fading the Cubs at this point. Doesn't matter here who they're running out there at this point. And the line here at there's some 8s out there right now. I'm almost tempted to get on the total there, but all right. Well, we saw the Giants win it yesterday, 5-1. They might be able to do it today. Yeah, let me see here, man. This was my game I took the pass on yesterday, right? Give me the Cubs today. I'll take the Cubs. Maybe here to bounce back and grab one. Talk about maybe that was. Could this be our first money line dice game? I got to figure out how to get the random play into our show. Okay, Cubs first 5 for Fernando. This probably should have been it because I'm flipping a coin on that one. This game's gonna need far more investigation, and it's 8 in the morning, so the show's over, and I'm making baseball picks for night games. Let's talk about the soccer today real quick. Take a look what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen when Romania takes on Slovakia today, don't you? Everybody, these games will be played noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. They'll play this little group here. If Romania and Slovakia happen to draw against one another, both teams advance. Romania, you listening? Slovakia, you listening? So take the draw here in this one with Romania and Slovakia. You're going to get a terrible price because the news is not. I'm not some draw guru here. Everyone's talking draw in this one. I'm just going to go with the chalk. The draw is actually a co-favorite, I think, in this game here with the draw is heavily favored. The draw is a heavy favorite in this game. The draw is like basically even money. Everyone knows this game's going to be a draw. So actually, if the value is not even there, it just feels like it's going to be a draw. Everyone's talking draw in this one, so I will too. And the euro is turned into the undo. You're under ruse. Let's go with the draw here. 0-0 exact score line. Anybody? 0-0 exact score line. Because if someone scores, it kind of if you've got a gentleman's agreement, all of a sudden we've got to find a way to put our goal in if we're going to have an agreement. So take the exact score line 0-0 and maybe also a little bit of 1-1, but go more on 0-0, I think. We saw 2 0-0s there yesterday in the late action. So, all right, Belgium is going to take on Ukraine. And can Belgium get it done here against Ukraine? Probably not. Look, do I have Belgium to win it all? Yeah. Do I think did I get a decent price on the third-ranked team in the world? Sure. Were they overrated by the FIFA rankings? Yeah, probably. Ukraine, you know what? They've got some interesting momentum. Obviously, they're a fan favorite here, and let's take Ukraine definitely, plus a goal in this one to hang in there with Belgium. Turkey and Czech Republic here in the late games in this one. This one's going to be very closely rated. Here could be a pick'em in this one with Turkey and Czech Republic. We've seen Czech Republic looking pretty interesting out there. I'll take Czech Republic in this one over Turkey. And Portugal and Georgia. I'm pretty fond of Georgia. I don't know if I can get on them here, but maybe I will against Portugal. Well, let me see if you guys soccer plays. Here, I think that was the first game. Thank you, Thomas, for the consensus. Let's get that up there and leave that on the screen. And take a look. Reds over, Phillies money line, Kansas City money line, Astros over, Rangers money line, and Guardians over. Wow, we're on 3 over. Not only are we chalky, we're on overs. No one's going to believe you. No one. We only got our regular viewers, right? But I was watching Ramon Scott's show and everyone went over and they would laugh you right out of the building. All right. All right. So, hey, I want Georgia. I think they're going to cover a goal and a half here. Stay in there and hang in there with Portugal, Georgia. Georgia's probably the lowest ranked team out of all of them at this point. Okay. Hey, they're going to be playing right here in Las Vegas, I do believe, here with Jamaica and Ecuador today with 108 degrees with kickoff today, probably in this one. I'm not kidding. It might be even hotter. It might be between 108 and 113 degrees here when this one kicks off between Jamaica and Ecuador. Give me the under in this one. That's hot. Maybe I don't know what happens when it's you gotta take a break every 25 minutes. We know there'll be 2 heat breaks there, I would think, in each half at 113 degrees. So give me the under in this one with Jamaica and Ecuador. And I gotta go probably here. Maybe Mexico's lost their star. Venezuela's playing well in this one. Could we see another under? It's only 2. Maybe you could find 2.5 juice to the under, but I think I got to go under here in this one with Mexico and Venezuela and the Copa America. Those are all of our sporting events for today. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code TonyD at checkout. Pick up my package there today in Major League Baseball. I have more up there today as well. Got a 3-pack up there right now, but I will make it stronger, a little bit. Maybe get a 5-pack out of the afternoon. Just hook up with me over at Tony'sPicks.com. I was 5-1 yesterday. I've been pretty hot here. Just check out the handicapper leaderboards. We have a third-party source that documents all the plays, so I can't pull any punches with you guys. You're here with me every day. You know what I'm on. Join me tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific for more here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Make sure you join Tony today and the drive-through crew at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, as Tony gives you the previews of the games, including the prime time action with the drive-through crew over there at TikTok. So, yeah, get you out of the hours on 3 plays. All right. See you here tomorrow. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'm Ramon Scott.
Tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Though we're a real game, it's sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated.